The future is here.
Mwanchumuri ya Etaya TV kera litikolie ikiana na mwana litikolie Jumanne chinsabira na bego chinsanye nigo tokomera naye elitwa ko manyonsi bunakorekanire kurwa chinkongo au
Nimeye kimanyererio Jumanne na nigo rabe gukumirana na inche Evelyn Osero
na inche Eric Bosire
tokubwatira na bari kibaito ro kumanyanara yabereka watka kurwa se chinsinyo au imesi ya Kenya na se orogongo rwa gusi
nyorobo igontunyara ka batogo twara barayana mwana kurwa sensemelia ya gesiasa komurekeronsi buranyara ka bakao korekana ime na isiko yensi ya Kenya
kira litkoria Jumanne imeye kimanyererio Jumanne imeye Etaya TV
oborabu wa gusi
ngikiagera tukajenji from kwamboka
tu ropa
amarieta yonsi pitokoro ko igotoro kire twero geti erieta bwata moniga erieta ndo wejenjeti ya
pata maman
that's not what does that mean
Emodongo moira mwanya vigara tiganywe abana baitaba ke mwanyura marwa nonja naye bunurango sibukali botuko
ya abantu bakoragera inegetimu kale mwira no mwanya orenya mamoti yire suye ngima abantu muri sentati okuri nyame jagi ngima abantu bayire yeme
baba utachayiga ryaye
yes
gakuyira bukima isai yori nekiriro bakuburi gakuyireke munu yori ne kuomo bakwamu baba no muya
mbono ngota mbono ikundo baba mbono sagara yakera mambono nyanga uyege tonto mbono mbono
Etaya TV oborabu wa gusi
Kegima mwanchumo ligereria bwe Etaya TV nelituko lya Jumanne chitaliki 24 omutienyi ogatatu omwaka bwechiri 2025 nemo chingaki yaragire chinsa isano chabona mambi ngo kwaligania imeyo muroberio okwana netaya elinde nkomanyina naralia yaiga agendre tukoba kago koreka ime na isiko yorogongoro itorwa gusi kobwa manto chikoba tokobwatrana amo nabaliki baitu bamangana batomanyikorwa chinsemo au asebale naralia yaiga abeire kago koreka goika bunaboniga chinse chiga isano chia bono mambia nichikoba ingo komanyo mwancho muriye kubwa na ase omurai bwense ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto nere agendete kurutota amagenderero chinsemo au imeyense ya Kenya siritukule igoro no alingega ya sense milie county ya Migori akabakago chakia emirobili au asiritukulia lero no ara sense milia ye county ya Siaya nichikoba ingo komanya amange gatia yande amange agenda tukabaka koleka kurwa senseme county yiga ya Kisii asomboli to sagini kirosi Thomas Nere agenda tukubwati roboti kurwa senseme ya Samita Mokwerero ward ase abananchi babere bakogokera amagenderero alia umugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simbarati agenda tukabaka kobaikirania bakobwatirana nomo MCA we ward yo ya Samita Mokwerero tochikoba tukumanyana naralia yiga abarachikoba nabarobu bagokwanira ayuamo nayanda mango mwancho murigeria ninchikoba kingo komanyi bono ase amangana itu ayayiga akwana neta kwenda saboniga nigo nkora komanyia aliale kurwa sense moilia ye mitandao eliomanyena naralia yayiga agende tukoba kago koleka gose abire kago koleka bono kurwa ase chinsemo ao ime naisiko yorogongo rwagusi mwancho muriye to gochaka no roboti igoro hiyembure nyinge ejuo egendete koba kegotwa na kwene kigwa chinsemo ao ase chikaunti chito 45 na ibere kolengana ne kiombe kiga kia meteorological department kaendete koba gikurigeria mangana yo gonchureria kwelire nigo babeire bakoraria buna embure yiga negendete gotukorende bagotea buna ese wiki yiga kegoika chinga kichie weekend nechikoba kegotoerera kegosege uchikoba kegokeani yake nelina asiri tukuliegero na lero nigo batebete buna embure yige nyingi nechikoba gegotwa uchibosiga iga gochakera ankyo goika weekend bakonyara buna embure yiga andake yabire kegokeana ke kurende nigo babire bakorwa okubolia uchiase abana inchi bonsi toteme koba maiso kobwa mono na bono ekere embure yiga yabire kegotwa chinsemo ao nabo yigo bagote abuna sofa aseboniga abantu gwetania 53 nigo babeire bagosiria magimabo weterase embure yiga enyinge yabetege koleta toigo ase chinsemo ao gati yabo abana babere korwa sense emire ya county ya Makueni negatia ya abuo babete bagosiria magimabo weterase toigo abanda abange babire bagosiria enibo yabo abande basiriri etugo abande none chinyumba cyabo cyabire chikoirwa na mache ase babire bakurwa uguchika buna andake onye komenyete chinse muchiria chikobo yake kolengana nimburi yenyinge mosoba otena lowland areas bali bamenyete buna chinse muchiria county ya Kisumu gali atwarore buna akere mburi gotwe nyinge niko konyora buna chinyomba chigosaligwa amacha nyara kobaga kuira none chitugo paka nonye n'abantu banyakwa bagusiya magimabo igona andake bali bamenyeta asichinse amabune echo nigo basabiri bonona gotema kuruororo asichinse mecho kuno gochika korwase serikali nabo igona na sense media ye county ya Nairobi to abatokora bune mbure nyinge abire ke gusalie binte binge no gusalia goika obwonjoreri ambo igokoreka buya asichinse ao asenaro serikali ye county ya Nairobi ikurawa no mugavana Johnson Sakaja babete bakorwa ogochika buna andake bali bamenyeta asichinse muchoko boya ase etoige yige gucha yanyara ko bake gosomba nonye n'abantu nonye n'ebintu nonye nyomba banyara ko bakonganya korwa ase chinseme chibono boigo mwancho murigereria togotigaraga gwasamangana yiga alengete embura enyinge gendete gotwana koene kyo chinsemo ao asoro chiroria rwa nyando goseriva nyando naro nigo bagote abuna gwetira asembure yiga enyinge yabireke gotwana koene kiwa ase chinseme cho nigo orochoru rwabete rogutubuka na gutiachuka kobwa mona sense media yoboraro bwa ahero ase bareria ya Kericho Awasi na Kisumu aseboniga batebire buna embure birigo yanyarire ko bake wa affect abantu abange bali bonsi bagutumeka ebalya ose chibara nabo igona abarundia be chipigipigi ase batebire buna kolengana no gochika kwa bere gokorwewa batebire buna andake asengencho yo gokora obosombi gose bali bagosafiri gochinsemo ao asebono nabo ba kunyara kwa bagutumeka ensemo area yebara ya Timboroa lesos gochia kapsabet Chavakali Kisumu abu bali abago tumeka sense meyo bareyo ikina chiroot cyabere chikorwegwa elinde chinyara ko bachikora tumekwa asaboniga ekere serikali egente kuriya chinchira na kibaranya ko abagokora elinde go stabilize situation yega egenrete ko bwamona yembure nyinge eya irero rocho rubono gutuboka na gutia choka goika nonye no bosombi no abo igono wetika gwa ebara sinse micho kwanyale koba obokongu gochiase abamenyi bense meyo asebateire bono na kiro muntu anyale koba maiso ekero bono nabo igona kubwatia ogochiko kwa rurwe ne serikali eligotema gokonya situation yembure yiga enyinge biyabereke gusalia ebintu ebinge chinsemo ao mwancho mo ligereriana inde toguska bosio asali agente koba kago koreka kobwa mono na ase amangana yiga yembura asensemo ya constituency ya Makueni embure yige nyinge nigo yabetege kuirera abandi gwakwa ne chinkoba gati yabo mwana w'emyaka 5 uyu arase grade kelia ya PP2 nigo abetega gwakwa ne nkoba chinsemo cha Jumanne na Kibwezi nabo igo omusacha w'emyaka yegatwa emyaka 35 nere nigabeteka gwako nenkoba asensemerie ya Matiliku ime ya Makueni igo mwancho murigereria kwarode bono buna amangana yiga yembure nyinge nigagocha na makongwande amange igo nandonsi asoro mwancho murigereria tema kwene kibuna kwerendire mono ekerembure yiga egotwe nyinge nebigutwa yacha no busali borobonge kobwa mano na chinko bechiga nona yasoko igama ekerembure yiga egotwa tema koba maiso to ko igama inse yomote to kwege kasi chinyasi ase the windows nebinto binde bingo mwancho murigereria ntu abete to koleta aba manyi igoro ya mangana yo gonchira kwelire bakarato semia ekerembure nyinge egotwa inkyo gwente gokora bo igona ninki otabwene tikoba kogokora na bonse bali bagotumika kibara tigabona toteme koba maiso ekirimbure yiga enyinge gene tokoba kyogotwa sengenjo naro ya andake ya saliri kibara cheito goikana no gwetika gokoba omochando mwancho mo ligereria togoska bosio asensemo yende ase county area ya Laikipia nigo aba Teresa ose nurses korwase ensemelia ya Nyandarua babeire bono bakogenda somogiro esekera bagotea buna nigo serikali yo ye county yo korawa no magabana Joshua Irungu batebire buna baranyara koba bakubwati okoiwana na kulia babete bakoiwana amona abateresa abo goikaboniga bataranya koba bakubaka na kibesa nkiro kitigarete gose the salary areas nabo igona bali aba okole mirimo nigo barabake ase baganiti commenterwa abakole mirimo nabo igona chi promotion nkiro baganiti goikaboniga chitaraba chiko goikiraniwa ase boniga batebire buna nigo barachiko bakogenderera no kurobeka no kuiga kwabo kwa morembe goika eserikali ye county ya Laikipia koragwa no mugabana Joshua Irungu banyale ko bono bakoigwa ibiriro byabo nabo igona gukora buna babete bakobeka amaigwana no abo gati yabo boigo mwancho murigereria asenya gitari eria ya Kenyatta National ime yomochiulia o Nairobi nigo babire bono bakorwa a notice una emebere nerororo erasinya gitari yue ere chiminye na 53 oikaboniga abanyene bandake batarachiko bakonyerigia gose kunyoya erinde banyara ko bakonyenia asaboniga batebire buna gatie emebere yuo chiminye na 53 emebere emiyemo na ebere 102 nigere emebere y'abantu abanene bose adults ase emebere chimisato 52 na 5 na 378 eyuere emebere y'abana nabo igona bagotebana among the emebere 102 y'abantu abanene emebere 55 nigere eyaba sacha nabo igona emebere 15 ebere nigere yabasubati go baruro gochika buna andake na onde baruro gochika we notice ya matuka tanabere buna onya andake te gochika bage kuyiwa nabanyene nigo barachiko bakonye tuguta mangana makongu sana nabo igo mwancho muri kingo chikoba ngo korera go chinse asali agento koba kago koreka nigo abanyanyimbo kurwa sense Emilia ye county ya Busia babere bakomobeka byara mukagirwa yomo uyobwate enyasore ebwate chikilo emiyemo nabo igo nenyasore yuniga anyebugoretie ne pigipigi ase eboda ya Kenya na Uganda asaboni gabono abereka kako beko byara ase aganyete go ikigwa bosio bwekegambero elio koirerwa igetambukiro kurengana neri chiko mwancho murigereria ayundo chena naro ale kurwa sensemo yeito ye emitandao asaboniga nigo konganchira tuoyeke manyererio elio nkomanyina nararia yaiga ale kurwa sensemo yeito yabariki beitu ba mangana nchibuna botambe eliane dana kwamboka Gisoi. Pia kegima bono mwancho murigereria bweta TV kingo chaka gokomanyaria ale kurwa sensemo yeito yabariki beitu ba mangana Omo MCA osameta mokwerero mheshimiwa Joseph Sonye Ondali bakobwatirana no mugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simba Arati nigo bakunyira abantu ba Kenyerere iwe gotoka ime ya Kenyerere sublocation mokwerero location sameta mokwerero ward sameta sub county ime county ya Kisii egesima kiama chego Kwana Omo MCA osameta chingaki aikerana asenseme yunigo akwanira emeroberio ejo ababekeire asokobwatirana no mugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simba Arati egento kya nyora ogosira kurwasi abamenyi benseme yo abo bakwanira nabo igo kumwakira ngambu ya mono mugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simba Arati ase okobainyura
bakwaniri ande onsi asama mutireti abanchi betaloshini Etaya nigona nyaro tara ase chiro ya Kenyerere yego toka ime asame to kerojin semo cha sameta sub county asense meyega nigo abantu banyare komerana asobonge kubwatekananga omushimiwa Joseph Ondali Sonye nigo anyare bakunyira egesima nande ikibono iga amacha anyare ko agosoka asebono iga omushimiwa niga keiru yamono kyandage komi amono mugavana Paul Simba Arati asega singe bakora nabo iko amono kubweterana bagento kubweterana asokorera abantu basameta mokwerero amagendero asebono iga tiganda irani ali konderi ujaso mushimiwa aranyare gukwana narariaro mutuoye nani njao de abantu baye mono kubweterana namagendero asense meyega yasameta mokwerero
igo nachira bono mambia asengenjo yokorora amache twarenge kuri maga torore gusama acha yo atokire kubwa mono igonkoiraniria bia mono sana His Excellency Simba Arati asengenjo yo wanchira development asenjira ya iguru egenderete asigusi yaitu na kubwa mono ensemo yaitu ya sameta mukwerero for the first time kuru devolution ya ansete this is the only time inere chinga kichoka twanyare ko batokorora abantu baito bakurimirwa ebisima asengenjo yarenge one of your agendas yogoteba buna abantu baito banyora amache nabaigo banyore chinyagitari chikange asengenjo yoko bamario. Your Excellency Simba Arati, asante sana kwa kazi nzuri unafanya na ande to kusaba kora nchoge nderebo igo inaintwe igo to goteba buna ntoi kurwa sore no turi maiga yao tonyora maendeleo intwe a promise yaito igotuma entebuna naye nkoirore tutam buna mheshimiwa ngwa irete tutam naye ukore tutam oruororo 2032 asibona igo no uri orengerete kugupinga tigara ira ngora aratiga account yero togendere busyo nabo igo abantu baito basameta mukwero na inko basabaiga tiga tubwaterane asengencho gukora maendeleo bono iga kuna nabatebeti nkoreta tuli amache gangori matora amacha inumweka abanyene mweyene keiri kuna twarimira amache negento yoka tugare egento yoka ntigare tibono epare yego etaga back street egende esokero che ga ria nyantabiga tosoke togende baka nyamisaro yonsi ninyebegete project igo next time une chibira kitabi koigorerwa nere yeme koigorwa tutagete batoroserie box kara Fatima gatiaria elie yambukie iga kenyerere nero ekero omonto achirema osoka gochimate takwira na maiga ochigoeta igo ninyigenete omotienyi osi totaraika epare yenkoigorwere nande ngoetekere kiare gekoigorwa na gotichwa bo igo etichereru buya abantu banyare koba bagoeta igo nabo tokwirana rimbia mono sana His Excellency Mbarati ase programu ingi ya kwarosia yokorosi chipara bono ekere bira gitabigocha ntochore n'abantu baminto gabo nayo bikinde twachorire kiri kigocha kuigorwa na kiri kikoba maintain tibiya kyonsi pi kinyare ko bakigoete kabiya nabo igo nande ga kenyerere Your Excellency Mbarati tigangira nerimbi ya mono sana ekero na kwanete naye you kept your promise unagwante betu buna enyagitari yenkobe improved ngwanchete tukabeko 10 million 10 million eji igo chiko improve nyagitari yetu ya kenyerere elio toyereis to level 4 igo ninyigenete buna ebigango ikirana bire contractor no on the ground no on the site negende to koregasi igo kenyerere nyagitari yetu ngukini gwere to level 4 na ando korosi gwero osi abantu baminto bagetome eskuru nero egenderete korosigwa abantu banekanya gukwana bari bana skuru ite class yekinke ikoera tigamba tebi bono iga contractor ige gasi amatuko make igarenge gukora obuya okorira obuya bono getoma gocha igo getome ngwasere korosigwa in the next maybe 1 week also ngwasere korosigwa nerere class kerikere igo ebirasi byarati bya His Excellency Mbarati bitoke bire binga se county igo nkoira nimbia mono asengenjo omo yali pia abantu bami igo narenge kubasaba iga imuramo na inche twakere His Excellency Mbarati chukura 2027 totebete na tutam His Excellency Mbarati
okay esa maria ta ko mure Charles mangariondabu korwa ekenyoro kya gatome egetegetanga ni kwa kamudambu ya mono siri tukoria rero o mwesimi gweto Joseph Sonya akore gento gaiga twaro ni na maisaito no mwesimi gwa oito arati bono gongo temuna abantu bandi baroro bakonya gusarasaria mangana muna bagambi bari okore gasi bono twaro muna abagambi baito igo bagenderete gasi bono tigo chukwana magina iche ongo kwana muna ase chire yeitoga abangina bari ko bekorwe seti buya bori yaga chubuya muna na genda de kanyoro yaga chire buya koetania seitoga ege tokere nar ko beka omusimi goito Joseph Sonya
yes
ase kenyere gaiga abantu toro bare maf igo to chandegete chiro piko to ko abantu bare ba ngokonyu bare ba ngokonyu bare intori ngokonyu intu anyo korakindi chifo mu chire chigo ichaga twechori muna bare maf enare ko sabu mugambi to muna ko genda origeri chifo bucha bare maf naki korwe goti yane bono abare maf ga baroro into ngoro kyangu muna imbokonyi kiko bakarati kibabwate incheni gongo samuna asaba gambia baito omugaba noito no mwisho ito gaiga igongo samuna abantu babito tokoranaki asante sana
asama lieta ngoro ku Veronica Bochebeli master etreasure ya nyakitari na inche ngo chikoira libageri gakoira nelio mwisimu gito sonyo ndali ngambu yamano esenga asingi yagenderete gotokorera ase kenyerere yiga ya Sameta Mokwerero ward in fact yo mwisimu gito akorira yara maya na ande togenderete ko mopongesa agenderere gokora yara maya agekogera promise ya yakuru teri yabusa igakore na ndogekora igagukwane gento na ndogekora igobana muna tutebetire ngo toletera ari gisimamoro cy'abantu bantu na letire negento kende igaese facility yeto ya kenyerega iga tutebetine ngo nkorosi gwere ekira makirita kianora obekira mabati amaya na ande bona iga ngike moro cy'agendera taru mo cyangwa koreki omoire nyagitari yaito igonga omutienyo yege nyagitari yaito ngo cyakire korosiwa ekoro renovation ekoro binto biribiga neri nande ntogania abantu baitu be surrounding bagende basoime bakore gasi go sabano igo bano asomo esimu wito sonyo ndari to koneria sari wa korire se kenyerere yaito sameta mokwero tari kenyerere otokonye ira bataka oagachire chinyomba mwanya koro mwesimu wagachire abantu chinyomba ningo wagachire chinyomba seka yimu kusabeka mokwero sonya ondari igatoko motebi tuta abangina mwa rusi kuje bitoka motwe rusi kuje motwe amaje muri kumusana kwa chichisa mama ibona kitoko teba sengo ira nalio mosimu wa sonyo ndari ngambi nyamono mwabwatanire na Simba oitokorwe county mwatokareira magenderero nechipare jiga muigorete gochiago chiega naro gendero cio muroberio otobochorire pare gochimata na muinario tunyumurire buya gochigatome igo tobwaterane turakobeka nande gepindi ekerimo naende oratosuguma
itane ngurukwiria cioguta igondo mu secretary okenyerere market ase mambia lero igiro moko mone sana asokorora umwe musio ito Joseph ase bintu aretire gaiga mache ikikere yeme preje yibarwete no mwesimi gwarati mune nkwano yakwa ndi azokura yipara na bere kene ngaka igatuwa chandikire myake menge para tiye gosoka yabero mogoko monene umwesimi wa soganya asogwa tora kurwa so munuo na ndase media ekabire yega yipara nko igurukire go chagaiga eche go chemegaiga iyo ne preje ndonge mono ege ntongere kemo na ataka gotebia umwesimi wa sonya ase chire yemegaiga abana bagosoma chinasari ebale abana gwetani eribu bale megaiga egento kwale gotokonya aria litkolya chimatano alibosonge bila kitambia lekaneto byalenge byogokumia korora gabana aretete ebira kitabirigo kwale kogenda iga naye totumete gochiororo egetie gekeremu abachokoro baria bagenda ne binyange baetana na gaiga na lituranya na itu abana baitu bakale bale model
nagoikira bwe omwancho morgelia bataloshini Etaya none kero moerio bomororo Kwana ne Etaya koro chinsemo cha kenyerere ejego toka mi asame to koro ward chinsemo cha sameta sub county koro chinseme chiga oyega no mororia sagini kero Thomas okore masemo baka broadcasting house Etaya house chinsemo cha mataro kwako Diana na Azizi egasmo koraningia yaitabiru nabagaka amona bangina amona bana bara sensemo ya kenyerere nimbale tramange unagwateka kurwa chinseme chiga gendra biamono
kegima omorikyo ito sagini kerosi Thomas na yegasi ogokora ningia kegima kurugabo asenseme yo yebunge yubono ketogosukabosio mwancho murigereria ebunge ye county ya Bomet nigo asirituko ria igoro yatwarete chingaki chinkongu kwerera enchirabuna batumegete chishiringi chimilioni 250 echio egotebekana babegete ensemo asobwaga chigwe county assembly yo okwana omoseneta omochore Betty Montet nigo amochetie enchira batanyarete kwerera enchira kera eshiringi yabe teke gutumika na ninki ya kolete na gotebuna obokongu bwa procurement ase county eyo nigo bore obonene na boigona nigo bobwenerete kuringorigwa ase oboime muno.
Yeah, I think you can agree with me. They're also struggling to go through their own document.
Yeah. No, we were waiting for you to respond back. Otherwise, in that document, Appendix 2, the last page.
So actually in Bomet, what you're doing mostly is just construction of the Speaker's residence and the County Assembly. This thing is actually turning to be very interesting, eh? When you look at look at this document. Because what you have done, yes, actually, is just take one item, either give it to the youth. Take one item, either give it to women. That is not how procurement goes, honestly. Because we want to see how you have distributed to youth, women, and people with disability. But you asked, when this is 0 and the other one is 0, then it goes to one party. Comes to this other one, when it is 0 and 0, it goes to other. So it is like they've just given us figures. Is that how you do, or you advertised and gave them to only the youth? Only. No. You want to tell me whatever job a youth is doing, women cannot do?
it is normally stated. This one is general. This one belongs to youth, women, and PWDs.
You don't have general. From this document, you don't have anything general.
There is, you can see. No. There is citizen contractors at the end. We just call them citizen. But then when we come to youth and women, we are very deliberate on that, Senator.
That's what I'm saying.
From here, it is not clear.
Generally.
I agree with you. It's not so clear.
Because what I thought, if you're floating a tender, it's a general tender.
Correct.
Then, and it's supposed to be for the 3 groups.
Yes.
Then everybody should apply, isn't it? But from your document, the way it is showing is every item goes to one particular group. The other item goes to one particular group. So that's why, and the issue why we are checking on those tenders is to check whether you are fair in allocating those tenders.
You should be very smart that this is funds meant for women, youth, and people with disability.
Yes, sir.
And they should be very clear.
Yes.
So you should protect these groups, special groups, so that you ensure the youth get what they deserve.
Yeah.
People with disability get also what they deserve.
You're at 97%.
Yes.
One community. And
One
the law
community.
is very clear. That is dominant community. And I know Bomet has many other ethnic groups. Masais, so many. So Kikuyus are there. Why are you at 97%?
From 2013, most of our staff were actually employed in the year 2013-2014. And apparently, this was not covered during that period. However, recently in 2024, we recruited 10 staff. However, even after indicating that we needed a balanced, responses, they did not turn up for the interviews. Yeah.
You are supposed to cancel the entire recruitment and re-advertise, so that at least you comply with the law.
That is the law.
But you decided
that
you take the law into your own hands and proceed and do the recruitment, which I don't know now what we are doing here, because now we are dealing with somebody that is
on the issue of recruitment, because I've been the secretary of the board from 2013. First of all, I want to make some remarks on that. Even though it's appearing like we have, Kalenjin 77, Kikuyu 22, but there are also other realities, sub-tribes. And also we come from different counties. So I don't come from Bomet, I come from Nandi. And I'm the clerk of the county assembly since 2013. My deputy comes from Kiambu. So that was a very, I can say, monumental decision at that time by the board.
Togoskabosio wizara ya cooperatives na MSME nigo yabwatukire chibunia chimi isato chieka wago chiase ense ya Poland egento batebire buna negetambukiro ekenene gya kirwe aso gotingia obonchereria egati ya Kenya nechichiro chia Europe. Omorikyo botambe ase wizara yo Patrick Kilemi nigo atebete buna obonchereria bwebimeri korwase ense ya Kenya ochiase chinse chinde echichibwate chichiro chingia negento babe kirebosio buna ewizare yo.
Today we have flagged off a container with 320 bags destined to also in Poland. But why it's very important is this container has coffee that is EUDR compliant. What this means is that despite the fact that we got an extension of the requirement, Kenya is ready. The Kenyan farmers are ready when the UNDR comes into force. UNDR is not just about georeferencing people really talk about. It is much, much more. And the fact that through KPCU and the many partners who are supporting this initiative, we are able to flag off this container. It shows that as a country, we are ready. We are ready really we are not ready to lose the European market when the UNDR law comes into force. As a country, we have embarked on a coffee privatization program where we want to expand our coffee growth. We want to grow our coffee value, its contribution to the economy to 1 trillion shillings in hand currency. And the plan has been that we grow our coffee growth. We grow our coffee vertically by increasing productivity of our already existing bushes, and horizontally by new frontiers. Many farmers are embracing coffee farming, and because of this, we anticipate that our production will grow significantly, maybe 10 times, so that our intention is to be maybe second only to Ethiopia matters coffee production in Africa. And this coffee will require a market. And for us to have access to this market, we need to comply with the requirements which are set by our coffee importing nations. So we are very grateful that today we have demonstrated to the world that Kenya coffee, this is coffee from cooperatives, small farmers around Mount Kenya, which is EUDR compliant and distinct to pollard directly. And the good thing is that it shows also that we are opening new markets. We are able to export to Poland directly without going through the traditional routes of coffee, which are linkers to value to our farmers. So we are very grateful. I think this container alone, even a simple estimate will show you it's around 25 million Kenya shillings. And we are hoping that this is the first of the very many containers we are going to export, not only to Poland, but to Europe, but to other new frontiers in China. It was the station of ADR we were given a 12-month extension that was given world over. We did not request as a country, but it was given world over. And again, if you look at our country, matters forestation, we are leaders in the globe. We are leaders in Africa matters forestation, and our president speaks matters climate change is a global reference. So we are not worried about matters of deforestation as a country, because we have this program. We are planting 15 billion trees in the next 7 or 8 years. Poland has been importing our coffee, but through other countries. But now the first time we are able to take a container directly to Poland. We are looking at other new markets. We are looking, as I said, we are looking at Chinese market. We are looking at the Russian market. We are looking actually even at the Middle East, Australia, all these countries. How can our farmers be able to take their coffee directly? And that is why we are very grateful for this partnership. The people have supported this initiative to demonstrate that through KPCU, through our Nairobi Coffee Exchange, our coffee is able to access this market without having to go through many brokers who actually, as I said, are linkers of value to our farmers.
My name is Timothy Meroge, the Managing Director of New KPCU. Today we are here to witness the flagging off of the first container to Poland, which is EUDR compliant. And this gives the industry and also the farmers the much needed confidence. A time like now last year, there was so much worry amongst the farmers as to whether Kenya would be able to export its produce to Europe. And Europe commands about 55% of our imports, especially on coffee. But today, it's a testament even to our farmers that we have put this together. We have used the multi-stakeholder approach, using our various stakeholders like SIAD, Diaska, Nairobi Coffee Exchange, KCP, Rainforest Alliance, among many other stakeholders, to put this together and to show and to demonstrate to the world that it is possible for Kenya to export her coffee to Europe, having met all the requirements. The requirements are not only just the geo coordinates, but also fulfilling the legality of sending this coffee, and also making sure that we have fulfilled all the laws of governing the country with regards to export of coffee, including the human rights. So we are happy today, and we are hoping that, as the PS has mentioned, that as the coffee revitalization program continues to excite many farmers, we are seeing quite a number of farmers, new farmers, converting from other crops to coffee, a testament that coffee has money, and coffee is a worthwhile investment. And this is just preparations, even into the future of coffee, that will be ready to handle whatever volumes in terms of milling, in terms of exporting, and also adhering to all the laws. The government of Kenya has taken this exercise very seriously, of ensuring that the whole of Kenya is actually EUDR compliant. And as said before, we are not in the red zone as per the European Union. In fact, we are known for afforestation, not deforestation. So this is just a testament or just proving that what is already on the ground, that we have not deforested land. In fact, we continue to afforest under the 15 billion tree planting program. And with the coffee reforms, we have seen it opening also the direct sales frontier, that we have many cooperatives taking up the direct sales by themselves. As you rightly put it, Kipkelion has already done a direct sale to South Korea, and many others that have also participated in direct sales in various countries, including the USA, Europe, and also Japan. And we continue to encourage, because this ensures that the farmer is getting the top dollar that they've been looking for, and is also rewarding the farmers commensurate to their hard work in the farms.
My name is Łukasz Słoniawski. I represent Polish Investment and Trade Agency. And let me start with the short description of Poland. Poland is not only a member of European Union, and therefore we are obliged by all the EU regulations, but we lie in the very heart of Europe. So we are, if your coffee reaches there, it's in a good place to go further, to go to surrounding countries, to go to Slovakia, to Czech Republic, to Hungary, and even to Ukraine, which is also defending itself against the terrorist attacks of Russia. It's still an active and existing country. And I'm very happy that delicious and great Kenyan coffee will be more available to Polish consumers, as it was not so easy to get a really good and tracked Kenyan coffee in my country. So I'm happy it will be more and more available. I really like myself. I'm a big fan of this coffee, and I'm happy that my mother, my family, and all the people that are living in Poland will not have to travel to Kenya to taste it directly. And I also would like to mention that Poland is a big, not only big producer of food, but we are also a producer of agriculture machinery, agriculture technology. And I hope that opening this new layer of cooperation and trade and exchange in a coffee field will also make it easier to exchange our experiences, our production, our knowledge and know-how, and maybe our machinery with Kenyan market, which is already happening, but I'm here to grow it even bigger, and I hope both sides will benefit of it.
My name is Kevin Onyango, and I'm from the Alliance of Biodiversity International, and SEAT. We bring the research component to this process, and I can tell you that it's a very proud moment for us now that we are able to document the evidence, and that can be able to be shown that the container that we are flagging today is actually EUDR ready. Number two is that when EUDR came, there was a lot of fears, especially among smallholder farmers, that they would lose the EU market, which is like the main market, the major market for Kenya. So when we came in and we collected the partners together, and we've been working together, and we thank NKPCU and other partners for spearheading this, including the government of Kenya. We were able now, the concern is to document a replicable mechanism for which not just Kenya, but other countries within Africa can be able to follow through research, through concrete research, that we are able now to show and to be leaders in matters EUDR compliance. And that has been our role. And we are very proud, especially, and we are thankful for the farming community, the cooperative societies that we visited, the smallholder farmers who are able to bring the documents, who are able to participate in surveys, and even document the processes, help us document the processes that enable this coffee to be traceable.
Togosuka bosio muwaziri bwambangana yoboremi Mutahi Kagwe nigo atebire buna ense ya Kenya nigo ebegete bosio emeroberio yogotingia oboremi nonya n'ikingaki ogonchoreria kwerire kogendrete korenta amakongu awo kwana kingaki aikiranete ase omoroberio o third climate change global business summit ime yomochi o Nairobi. Kagwe nigo atebete buna ogonchoreria kwerire nigo kogendete gosaria chinchera chiakare chioboremi chinga kiboigo bagendete kurigia chinchera chiokorwania omochando yu.
For Kenya, agriculture is more than an economic sector. It is a lifeblood of our nation, the source of food, jobs, and dignity for millions of households. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the scale of the challenge that we face as Kenyans? 98% of our farming is rain-fed, making it highly vulnerable to climate variability. This reliance on rainfall means that every shift in climate patterns directly affects our food security, our exports, and our rural livelihoods. Between 2020 and 2023, Kenya endured 5 consecutive failed rainy seasons, leading to the worst drought in 40 years. In 2022, 4.4 million Kenyans faced acute food insecurity, while pastoralists lost over 2.5 million livestock. Conversely, floods in 2024 displaced thousands, destroyed crops, and damaged infrastructure. In 2026, we are in the middle of another cycle of abnormal weather. Heavy rains in some parts of our country that led to the deaths of some people, and extreme heat and drought in other regions that places over 2 million of our people in need of emergency food and livestock feeds support. These extremes, droughts and floods, are no longer rare events. In fact, I dare say, I don't think climate change as it were, is any longer relevant. It is no longer change, it is a normal. This then demands a paradigm shift and a holistic shift in our thinking, planning, production, and consumption and the way we live. It is a shared and collective responsibility across government, the private sector, civil society, and the farming and pastoralist communities. No single entity or community of experts, quote unquote, or stakeholder group is more knowledgeable than the others or valuable than the other ones. We are all learning and are in this together. Therefore, we have to be creative, agile, dynamic, and innovative. There is no one-size-fits-all solution in a toolbox. Climate change is real, a lived experience for farmers and communities, rural and urban alike, at their level, and hence it is specific to them and their unique circumstances. Therefore, we must agree that to succeed in addressing this challenge, we must have genuine, informed, and honest conversations about the causes, the effects, and the locally prioritized and appropriate solutions. Therefore, for too long, we have tiptoed around this debate on responsibility and liability, while leaving out the most impacted farming and pastoral communities, women and youth. We must step up to the plate as this is an intergenerational matter. Indeed, I pose it to the youth of this world that they must be more concerned than those older people. They must take more matters into their hands because the pollutants are taking benefit in the current times. Either A, in total inconsideration of future times, or total disregard of future times, or too hungry for the current profit to worry about tomorrow's liability. Youth must also be encompassed in this discussion because indeed it is their world that we are holding, and it is their world that we are polluting, and it is their world that we must improve. The government of Kenya is therefore the vanguard of climate change adaptation and mitigating efforts. In every practical term, on top of mind is the initiative by His Excellency President William Ruto to plant some 15 million trees in 10 years through a multi-stakeholder approach. This endeavor will increase Kenya's forest cover to over 10%. And I can tell you, this is a practical thing that we are involved in because every year, without fail, all ministers of government, including yours truly, are assigned, we are all assigned areas where we are going to plant trees. On the days we are going to plant trees, and it is checked that we go and plant trees. And I know that sometimes we have not done it in the most efficient manner, but at least we are trying. So simultaneously, we are also increasing areas under such high value crops, such as tea, coffee, and as I said it earlier, avocado, macadamia, coconut, and cashew nuts to raise incomes and economic well-being of communities, and vegetable and vegetative cover. These are some of the honest and contextual conversations that I'm alluding to, as this split planting exercise is as much as it is about restoration, rejuvenation of our water towers, sustenance, and livelihoods, as it is about intergenerational equity. It is an undisputed fact that Kenya is a leader in renewable energy on the continent and indeed around the world, deriving up to 80% of our energy from clean energy sources, particularly hydropower. Thirdly, we have put in place a robust legal, policy, regulatory, and institutional framework that ensures that climate resilience is not an afterthought. It is embedded in the National Development Agenda. And some of these are, for instance, the Climate Change Act of 2016, which provides the legal framework for mainstreaming climate actions, the Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture, the 2017-2026, which promotes resilience, productivity, reduced emissions, the National Climate Change Action Plan, which guides adaptation priorities in the country and across counties, and the National Framework for Climate Services in 2025, which enhances forecasting and early warning systems to farmers. In the agricultural sector, we are implementing a wide range of climate-smart interventions, including drought-tolerant crop varieties, expanded irrigation, agroforestry, digital climate services, and livestock insurance schemes. And here, the private sector is playing a very big role for us. These measures aim to boost productivity, build resilience against droughts and floods, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Food security is not just about production. It's about access, equity, and resilience. We must therefore mobilize over $250 million in climate finance from the Green Climate Fund and bilateral partners, which is a drop in the ocean, but will be impactful. Public-private partnerships are driving innovation in seed systems, irrigation technologies, food production under the Large Commercialization Initiative, renewable energy for agriculture, and route-to-market traceability from farm to fork for both crops and livestock value chains. Under the Africa Continental Trade Agreement, IGAD, and the AU, we are working to strengthen cross-border resilience and agricultural trade at scale. This is the future that we believe for Africa. Kenya's journey demonstrates that climate resilience in agriculture is not optional. It is imperative. But resilience requires resources, innovation, and solidarity. We therefore invite global businesses, investors, and development partners to join us in scaling climate-smart solutions. Together, we can secure food systems, empower communities, and build resilience future for Africa and the world. This country, we continue to involve the private sector, even in management of government parastatals. For instance, the recent licensing and leasing of sugar mills and other government-owned factories to the private sector for more efficient use of these assets that we have. Similarly, development partners must also align financing with our priorities. I would like to ask, again, throwing it at the think tank, please do not develop. Priority is sitting somewhere in Rome.
Omorai wensi ya Kenya Dr. William Samoei Ruto nigo agendrete ni taro ya yokurotota gochakia boigo gwikirania amagenderero ase orogongo rwa Nyanza ase rituko ria rero aikirana ase county ya Siaya gochakia emiroberio ao kwanekerekyo nigo abamochia balia bagendrete komochia eserikali na kuria eira yo guchia kugenderera gwikirania abananchi amagendero imeyense ya Kenya.
We want to develop every Kenya, every part of Kenya in an equitable, in a balanced manner without leaving no part of Kenya behind. Siaya hoye! Siaya hoye! Nimekubaliana na Opiyo Wandayi. Hii sehemu ilikaa giza siku mingi. Hii sehemu ilikaa giza siku mingi. Jo Siaya untie. Nimemwambia huyo Opiyo Wandayi. Namna hiyo. Hapa tunaweka pesa ya serikali 2.4 billion kuunganisha manyumba 25,000 mpya mwaka huu wa 2026. We are going to connect 25,000 households in Siaya to electricity. Ndio tuhakikishe ya kwamba sehemu zote za Kenya inapangiwa mambo ya maendeleo tukienda mbele. Tunaelewana jameni? Siaya tunaelewana? Tuendelee ama tuendelee? Tuendelee na maendeleo. Barabara zenu. Mimi nilimwambia huyu kijana wenu anaitwa Sama Tandi. Yeye ndio chairman sasa ya budget. Si ndio? Mnasikia? Hapa tumewapangia barabara 8 mpya ambayo mimi nitarudi hapa mwezi wa 5 nikuje nianzishe hizo barabara zote. Ndio. Simulisikia nilimwambia Sama Tandi pale. Maneno ya barabara ya pande hii. Maneno ya maendeleo ya pande hii. Atumie nini? Atumie nini? Tigi nini? Tigimi. Tigimi. Atumie akili bwana. Ama namna gani? Siaya hoye. Siaya hoye. Mnasema tuendelee. Mnasema tuendelee. Tuendelee na kazi. Ati kuna watu wengine wanasema ati mimi napoteza nafasi ati kuja kuongea na raia. Ati mimi nikae ofisini. Ati niwajane kutembelea raia. Mimi nawauliza jameni, si nyinyi ndio mmeniajiri? Si nyinyi ndio wadosi wangu? Si nyinyi ndio mmenipigia kura? Mimi nikiwaletea report, wewe ukimwandika mtu kazi, si lazima kuja kueleze mambo yako imefika wapi? Mimi nikileta report hapa iko makosa? Nikisema mambo yenu ya paa imefika hapa iko makosa? Nikiwaambia mambo yenu ya barabara imefika pale iko makosa? Niendelee kukuja nisiendelee? Niendelee kuwatembelea? Kwa hivyo wale wananipatia mawaidha ya upuzi na waambia pelekeni hiyo mawaidha mahali pengine. Mimi nitafanya kazi na wananchi. Mimi nitatembelea hao wananchi kwa sababu mimi nimeajiriwa na hao wananchi. Ni kweli ama si kweli bwana? Tuendelee ama tuendelee? Tuendelee ama tuendelee? Nasikia kuna watu wengine wanasema sijui no term, wengine 1 term, wengine 2 term, wengine long term. Mimi nawaambia hawa jamaa, sio nyinyi mtaamua, ni hawa wananchi wataamua. Kwani ni wale matapeli ndio wataamua? Si nyinyi ndio mtaamua? Siaya, mimi nawauliza, MCA nani anaamua? Mjumbe nani anaamua? Senator nani anaamua? Governor nani anaamua? Rais nani anaamua? Mimi nawauliza, wakati nyinyi mnaamua, mnachagua mtu kwa sababu wako na sura mzuri ama kwa kazi yake? Ni kazi ya masura? Ni kazi ya makabila? Ni kazi ya matusi? Ni kazi ya mafitimbi? Si ni kazi? Si kila mtu akuja na kazi yake? Kama umefanya, si wananchi wataona? Si mimi nitajenga hapa paya? Si nitajenga barabara? Si nitaunganisha stima? Si nitafanya affordable housing? Si kila mtu akuja na kazi yake? Ama namna gani watu wa Siaya? Siaya hoye! Siaya hoye! Mwisho. Mimi nawaambia watu wa Siaya, kuanzia mwaka huu, tunaelewana? Si mnajua tunazalisha umeme uko Nakuru ya mambo ya geothermal. Si mnajua tuko na stima ya geothermal, tuko na ile ya hydro, tuko na ile ya wind, tuko na ile ya solar. Sasa hapa Siaya, hapa ndio tutakuwa na umeme ya nuclear ambayo itafanyika hapa, megawatt karibu 5,000 itatoka hapa Siaya. Hapa, sikizeni bwana, hapa tutakuwa nafasi ya ajira ya vijana zaidi ya 10,000 watafanya kazi katika hiyo mtandao ya mambo ya kugenerate energy from Siaya. Hapa kwenda mbele tutakuwa na nafasi ya ajira ya kila siku ya vijana 5,000 wa hapa Siaya. Mnasema tuendelee ama tuendelee? Tuendelee ama tuendelee? Sikizeni bwana, mimi nikimaliza, mimi nawauliza watu wa Siaya, nawaomba kwa unyenyekevu tukubaliane, tutembee pamoja, ndio tuondoe siasa ya chuki, ndio tumalize siasa ya ukabila, ndio tumalize siasa ya ubaguzi. Tuungane, tukae pamoja. Tumekubaliana, tunaunganisha chama ya UDA na chama ya ODM, tutengeneze broad base, tuunde serikali mwaka ujao. Mimi nawauliza watu wa Siaya, munasema tuungane ama tutengane?
Uya kegima bono mwancho murigereria bwa Etaya TV ayuona arotwa bwate asintu ndaitu entangani ali agenda bakao koleka chinsemo ao ime na isiko yorongo rwa gusiko nda sabani gani goko ngantira turagenda ase omutumo koro kegima tukoirana amo nabageni baito erinde tutware enkwana yaito yeri tukuria lero iguru ya mangana alingete gender based violence.
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi Eikieye asobochenu bwaito
Nyoraga semio ya itonto bwate chinjira ibere tubwate njira yo koyana tubwate nenjira ya okoire ndagera aseka mombo tubwate trachea tugatwara na esophagus ekemanyereri egetangani agakoigwe gento kemusiegete mioyo akuigwanya gukiria if she or she feels like clearing the throat now and then what we call throat compensation. You feel like clearing your throat because you feel so you feel like clearing. That is one. Number two, this person also very comfortable. Sometimes syndrome kwanyora arairo sembotuko because a voice box actually no demarcation ya upper airway chifoko korsi kare chiabi chia swelling mono na bogo sieka na kuigo gwasi koyana. Sometimes they suffocate. Hii matibabu agare chebuno munyagitari no murwaire tubwatirane such that because naona mwena ona Maria were the best